Good afternoon, Colts Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the No Horsing Around podcast. As always, I am one of two dudes talking Colts. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen Burton, and we're back again, you guys. We're back again for the deep breath. 24 hours later podcast of the Colts 27-24 loss to the LA Rams. So it was not obviously what we were expecting. Me and Zach both picked in the preview show the Colts to come out, look different, and play better and get the win against a very, very talented LA Rams team. And obviously we were both wrong. We were both wrong on it. Zach did a tremendous video of his initial reactions several hours after the game yesterday. So I'm coming to you as always, kind of a couple, 24 hours, maybe a little less later. Take a look more at, what was what. And obviously, this is the episode where we look at it, you guys. We look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. What was good from the game? What was bad? What was just downright ugly that took place? As always, you guys, we ask you guys to please rate, review, subscribe, share, follow, whatever it is you do on whatever platform it is you do it on. Please keep doing it. We are inching towards our goal in regards to our YouTube channel. So we ask you guys, if you have not yet, please smash that subscribe button. Help us reach our goal. We love you guys. Please join the family. So without further ado, let's just jump right in like we always do. Let's go straight to the good, you guys. So it's a mixed bag. I'm actually going to give you guys kind of one or two to each section this time because those was a little better. And the good, for me, he landed in the good last week. I thought he played even better this week. Carson Wentz continues to show up and be the Carson Wentz that we've asked him to be, which is play within the system, make some plays here and there, and not lose us the game. So, all in all, I think Carson had a pretty good day. Carson was 20 of 31, 247 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Interception was a really weird play. I'm going to put it on him and Reich. That weird shuffle pass, it was not a smart decision. If you're watching the game and you look, Doyle kind of got chipped by Donald, threw off the timing of the route. Carson should have known not to do that pass. He did it anyway. There's nobody there. Like Zach said, if the receiver's not there, I'm not throwing it to a spot when he's not in that spot. He did. It was not good. On top of that, he also had 5 rushes for 37 yards. So, but let's kind of talk about his game a little bit really quickly. He was able to kind of manipulate the pocket. He had a little bit more time, but not great. He's still getting hit way too often, obviously. But man, he had some big plays, big passes, big contacts, he looked good. Carson was not the reason, yet again, the Colts did not win this game. And I know. I sometimes come across as a Carson Wentz apologist. Got the jersey, got several shirts, got his hat, support his foundation, all those things. I love everything that he stands for. But I'll call a spade when he doesn't play well. But he hasn't been the reason behind this the last couple of weeks. So I like the trajectory he's on. I like how he's looked. He looked way more comfortable this week than he did last week. He looked more comfortable with where he was going with the ball. He seemed more comfortable with who he's throwing it to. All in all, he lands in my good. But I could not have just one. I had to have another in the good. The other good, Michael Pittman Jr. Let's call it, you guys. That's wide receiver 1 material. Coming up with probably some of the biggest catches. He had one of the biggest catches, which was getting just Carson getting blasted in the face, staying in the pocket and just drilling him down the field, him coming back for it. Came up with catch after catch after catch. 8 catches, 123 yards. Dude looked great. He looked great. And he was doing some of these, the majority of them were on Jalen Ramsey, who many consider, me among those many, to be the best cornerback / safety / whatever he is in the NFL. And Pittman went toe-to-toe with him. Pittman didn't back down. We were close a couple of times with some personal foul penalties potentially, but Pittman looked good. You know, he had to step up today. You're down TY. Paris didn't play today. You needed a big game from him. You needed to see him step in and be able to do the number one wide receiver things. And I thought he did. I mean, short of having a touchdown, dude played fantastic. 15.4 yards per catch. I mean, 12 targets. The guy was just otherworldly. He's lands in my good as well. So if you know how this episode goes, you guys. If you got good, you're gonna have bad. The bad, you guys. The bad. Julian Davenport continues to just, I don't know what to do. You know, you have him at right tackle when Fisher's not playing. I'm sorry, you have him at left tackle when Fisher wasn't playing. You're rotating him back and forth. Braden Smith was down. He did not play in this game. He's probably one of the best right tackles in the league. And you put in Davenport, and yet again, he's a turnstile. One of the greatest things I think I saw was, is it possible to have negative score from Pro Football Focus? Because Davenport just doesn't hold up his end of the bargain. The O-line I thought looked better because Fisher was in there, but we still don't know what it's going to look like intact. Hopefully next week against the Titans, we have Fisher playing full-time because he was taking kind of 50% of the snaps. And you have Smith back, and then you'd have Smith and Fisher and Quentin and Glowinski and Kelly. Then you finally see what our line looks like intact. It's not been there yet. Davenport is horrendous. He single-handedly has caused multiple of the hits against Carson. And yeah, not good. Not good at all. Bad. And then the other bad coming out of this for me, I'm not putting it in the ugly. I've got much uglier things to discuss. But one of the other bads was obviously the end of the game. Carson's playing a little bit of hero ball. I'm loving some of this, but playing a little bit of hero ball. He tries to get away from, Terminator, a.k.a. Aaron Donald. And Donald kind of gets him, wraps him a little, and you can kind of see it. Foot gets caught under Donald, rolls his ankle pretty badly, and that's a wrap. Like they for those who were watching on TV, they showed Carson on the sideline. Carson was visibly upset. He threw his helmet down. You could see him try to take some kind of reps on it, and you could read his lips. I can't do it. They said his ankle immediately tightened up. As of the recording of this, all we know is that it's a potential ankle sprain. Carson said after the game he didn't feel like he broke it. He's had lots of sprains. They took shoe off, taped it, tried to get it, tried to see if he could take the snaps. Coach Reich said it immediately tightened up from the prolonged period he was on the sideline. It was just going to be a no-go, and he couldn't get out there. Thus, Eason comes in, throws a bad pass. First one, second pass pick, game over. I stand by if Carson had been able to come back in the game, if he hadn't have rolled up, the momentum was on the Colts side. Colts had outplayed the Rams all second half. I think Carson would have gone down the field and we would have won the game, personally. That's just me. I've talked to Zach a little bit since the game was over, and, we kind of sided the same way a little bit on that. The injury could be potentially devastating. We'll see what happens. He looked okay. He didn't have a noticeable limp. He wasn't on crutches. He was on the sideline at the end of the game. He was going to get some more tests after the game. So we cross our fingers. We hope that it's maybe just a sprain, rest, relax, ice, do what you do. the game against the Titans this week, is massive. Now let's go to it, you guys. Let's not pretend. The ugly, the red zone offense, as well as some very questionable fourth down attempts. I got nothing. You can't go 11. I think it's 11 snaps is what they said on TV. 11 snaps inside the, red zone, goal to go, and come away with 0 points. That's 0. You convert 2 of those into field goals. The Colts win the game. But it piggybacks too with the questionable fourth down calls. I get you're trying to set the tone at the beginning of the game, but why go for it? Why not take the points? Why are you chasing the 7 to start with? And I love Reich. I'm a Reich defender. I think he's a fantastic leader, fantastic coach. But like Zach said in his video, some pretty questionable calls at times. And sometimes you got to, Zach said it best. There's a difference between being aggressive and reckless. And I think we were slightly reckless today in our red zone on offense and predominantly our fourth down play calls. So, that's my good, bad, and ugly, you guys. It sucks. It sucks to be 0-2. It sucks that the Titans still got their win over the Seahawks. The only solace I tell people that I've interacted with since the end of the game is you are 0-2 in the NFC West. You've not played a down of football against the AFC. You've not played a down of football against the AFC South. You have 2 games against the Titans, 2 games against the Jags, 2 games against the Texans. That's 4 games that are against potentially the 2 worst teams in the league. You got Tua going down, so you got a game right there against the Dolphins. It's going to be like these are 2 teams that you've played the first 2 weeks that are potentially could freaking meet in the NFC title game. The Rams are probably my most impressive team in the NFC at this point. I'm highly impressed with Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, all of them. So you've played 2 really tough teams, and you didn't play as poorly as the Seahawks game today. So breathe. It's a new week. It's a big week. We play well against the Titans. Hopefully we go out and we get that W and we go to 1-2, kind of get ourselves back on track. I don't know, you guys. Just take a deep breath. Don't come at me. Don't be that fan who says the season's over. Reich should be fired. Carson Wentz was a bust. I've seen go get Cam Newton. I've seen fire Reich. I've seen who we picking in the draft, Steven. Y'all, it's a 17-game season. There's 15 games left. Stop. It's a miserable existence to live your life as a fan who's always looking towards the draft. Just breathe. Okay. Rate, review, subscribe, share, all that great stuff, you guys. Help us achieve our goals. Hit that lovely subscribe button for our YouTube channel. Come join the No Horsing Around family. I love you. I know Zach loves you. I'm out of here.